Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne, and today I'm going to share with y'all how I make my deviled eggs. These are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. This is how my mother made her deviled eggs. I'll share with you some different things that you can do to make it your own if you like. So first, in my pot of water, I'm going to put my eggs in about enough water just to cover them about 3/4 of the way. Then I just kind of move my eggs around, just kind of rotating them a little bit because I want the yolks to be in the center of the egg. Then I go ahead and I put a top on my pot and I turn my pot down to a very, very low simmer. After my eggs have went on and they've simmered, and I set my timer for 14 minutes, so I simmer my eggs for 14 minutes. Then I take the eggs out and I put them immediately in a nice cold water bath with ice. This is going to stop the cooking process and it's going to make peeling the eggs so much easier. And I started my eggs on high where the water was just barely starting to boil. Then I put those eggs in, put the top on, and I turned it down to the simmer. So my eggs have been sitting now in my icy water. My ice has actually went on and melted, and it's been about 10 minutes or so. My water is still cold to the touch, and now I'm going to start peeling my eggs. Now the easiest way that I've found to peel the eggs is I just take my thumbs and I press the eggs until the shell cracks. And as you see how it can come out in just a couple of pieces. And so that's really nice. And then I just dip it in the cold water to get any excess shell that might be on there. But again, what I do is I just kind of tap my eggs around the sides and then I press my thumbs all around the egg just to kind of crack the shell. And then once I have the shell cracked, you know, sometimes there's like a little bit of a space between the egg and the shell on the bottom end. I call it the bottom end of the egg. And you can just kind of peel that away. And you see how nicely that the shell peels away, and you don't have to struggle so much peeling that shell away from the egg if you go ahead and put them in a nice icy cold bath. I'm going to set my eggs on some paper towels to go ahead and soak up any of the excess water that's dripping off the eggs. Now, if you are a returner to my channel, welcome back. And if you are new, welcome in. And I hope you enjoy the content and consider subscribing. So this is what our eggs are looking like. They're looking really good. I'm going to use my small little spoon that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and just go around the outside of the yolk so I can just get the yolk out of the egg. And I'm doing it like this because I'm trying not to disturb the whites of the egg too much. I want to make sure that we keep them intact for when we go ahead and fill them. Now this recipe is for a dozen eggs, but I did make an extra egg. I made a 13th egg, and I started doing that lately with my deviled eggs because from time to time I'll have an egg that does not want to be a team player and cooperate. And so having that little extra backup egg just in case makes all the difference in a pinch. But with the recipe, you can have the 13th egg in or leave it out. Either way, it's going to come out really good, the deviled egg mixture I'm going to share with you. Now, once I have all of my yolks in my bowl, I like to use a fork and just really mash well, breaking down all of the large pieces of yolk. Now you can also use a hand mixer if you want to have really super smooth yolk, but just using the fork, and then I'm going to use my spatula. It's going to work just fine. So next I'm going to put in 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. Now originally my mom always used Miracle Whip. So if you like Miracle Whip, you can definitely use Miracle Whip in place of mayonnaise. So either one will work. Then I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of sweet relish. Now in the description box below, I will have a list of all the ingredients you need to make these wonderful deviled eggs that will go great with your Easter brunch or your Mother's Day luncheon or your barbecue that you have coming up. And so next I went on and I put in some salt, and I put in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then next we're going to put in some black pepper, and I put in just 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. Now when it comes to the salt and the pepper, you can go ahead and do those to your taste. So if you just want to start off with just a couple of pinches of the salt, a couple of pinches of pepper, and build from there to your taste, you can definitely do that as well. Now in my family, we always use the sweet relish, but if you and your family prefer the pickle relish, the dill relish, you can use that. I gave our mixture a taste. It is tasting good. And then also you can add additional sweet relish if you like, additional mustard if you like. Now to fill my eggs in, I have done it many different ways, but the easiest way that I have found is to use this little scooper. And this scooper is about a half a tablespoon of scooper. And then I just go ahead and I just scoop the filling in. It makes it so easy to fill the eggs. Next, I'm going to put some paprika. Now, paprika is optional, but I just feel like it's just classic deviled eggs with a little bit of paprika sprinkled on top. I'm also going to garnish my eggs with some fresh chopped parsley. You can also use some dried parsley. You can also use some nice fresh chives or dried chives. You can put a little piece of olive, sliced olive on top. Well, here's our deviled egg. Go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite and see how we did. Y'all, these deviled eggs came out so good. Well, don't forget to show this video some love, give it a thumbs up, and share it with some friends and family. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.